Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And what are we doing today?
We're actually going to tell you about some new goals or a challenge, will you?
Yep.
That we've decided to do.
Yep.
Normally, right now, you would be seeing a goal review video from us. We will have that full goal review video next Friday. But before we gave you a goal review, we wanted to share with you about this new goal or challenge, whatever you want to call it. Because we've never really given it a name.
We don't really have a name.
Yeah.
Okay.
We started this on July 5th.
Yep.
It's something that we talked about after we recorded last month's goal meeting, and we decided to go ahead and start it. So we started on the 5th, and so we're going to tell you what it is, what our challenge is, and what the parameters of the challenge is, and how we did in July with it. You want to tell them why we decided to do this challenge?
Because I'm looking to do a full marathon at the end of January, and I have a goal weight that I like to be at, and I'm not quite there right now. I really like to run somewhere between 160, 165 pounds. I'm at 174 right now. It's kind of the top end of where I want to be. I want to be below 170, but preferably somewhere around 165 by the time the marathon rolls around. So the thing is, we don't have a scale.
Nope.
So it's going to be hard to kind of measure that. I kind of know where I am just because of how things fit and things like that. So that's why we developed the challenge, and Chris decided to come along with the ride with me, and we're just going to kind of update you guys and let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
So how do we determine the challenge parameters?
Okay, so there are 3 parameters, and what we knew was obviously we want to exercise. So we put in a challenge. Part of the challenge is how much we exercise. So we're probably most months going to focus on 24 days a week of exercise. This month we only did 20 because we started on the 5th of June or 5th of July. So we already had lost 4 days that we could exercise. So we decided, 20 days was fair. And then in August, we will also do 20 days, and that's because that is our birthday month. And we're going to give ourselves a little break on our birthdays and our anniversary, stuff like that. And so basically we say, as long as we do our exercise 20 days, or in the future, maybe 24 days, then we've gotten that part of the challenge done. So that's one area. And you may be wondering why we aren't just going for 30 or 31 days or however many days are in the month, is because we actually feel that your body needs a day at least once a week to rest and recover from the strain of exercise. You've ran how many marathons?
6.
6 marathons. And he has always had built-in rest days. He's always had a day that allowed him to recover. He does not run 7 days a week. We believe that rest is an important factor in recovering and rebuilding your muscles. So that's why we established 20 or 24 exercise days, was to give us a day every week that we could rest. Water intake was a second one. Water intake is not a hard one for me. I've had a lot of kidney infections. I've had kidney stones, stuff like that. So I gave up other kinds of beverages a long time ago. So drinking water is pretty easy for me, but for Joel, it is not as easy. And so this was a challenge that we put into place just to encourage him to pick up that cup and drink that water. So again, we said 20 just because we were trying to make it easy for us to remember the parameters. So it's 20 days of making sure that you hit your water target. And he's actually done really well. How many? We'll get into that. But
Don't jump the gun.
Okay, and finally, our last one is calories. That's a hard one for me. If you have seen some of our past videos, you know that I did calorie counting. I was an obsessive exerciser and an obsessive calorie counter, and I would not allow myself to have more than 1,200 calories a day. And that went on for years. For me, I knew that if I was going to do this with him, I needed to be able to have more calories than 1,200 calories. What we're going to show you now is how we determined how many calories each of us would be able to have during a typical day. And we basically went to a TDEE calculator. We will show you that on the screen as total daily energy expenditure.
All right, so here's the TDEE calculator. We're going to do it for me. I'm going to show you all my numbers here. Yep, that's my real age. This is my current known weight from the last time I went to the doctor, which was about a month ago. And then I am 5'11", so I'm going to leave that there. And then I consider myself moderate exercise, because I do exercise 3 to 5 days a week. Sometimes it's not moderate exercise because I do run pretty hard most of the time. But moderate just means how many days per week that you exercise. So we'll click that. You can put in your body fat if you know it, if you want to. I don't normally do that. So then you're going to click calculate. And it's going to tell you what your maintenance calories are. So for me, 2,567 calories per day is just what I need to maintain 174 pounds. So if I want to lose weight, then I want to have a calorie deficit, which means, so I set a goal for myself anywhere between 21 to 2,300 calories per day for me to help me get down to my goal weight. So
for me, I think if memory serves me right, the number that was my maintenance was about 2,100 calories. So what I went with was between 1,600 and 1,800 calories. When I'm not drinking coffee, which means no creamers, I'm not and all my meals are eaten at home, so it's pretty hard for me, and I eat a lot of vegetables, so it's pretty hard for me to even get to that number. See, he eats out every day because he works in a restaurant, so he's hitting his calorie numbers easier than I am.
Yep.
So, but anyway, so that is how we arrived at our numbers, and how we determine if we completed our goal is actually, like we said, the 20 days on all 3 of them. We also are not counting calories more than 20 days because I wanted a day every week where I could give my brain a rest, not just my body a rest, but my brain a rest from thinking about numbers. I did calorie counting for 25 years in one form or another, and after a while you just want your brain not to have to think about the numbers. So that's 20 days a week that we do that. And here's our big thing is if one of us hits 20 days on all 3 of the challenge portions, but the other one doesn't, then neither one of us gets a reward for doing it. We've set it up that way to encourage each other to keep working on the goals and not to give up, because if one of us gives up, then the other one doesn't get the reward either. So we push each other to hit it. So that's kind of the parameters of it. We still don't even know how we would reward ourselves. We've made no mention of how that works. I don't know if it's like eating at a restaurant we never allow ourselves to go to, or I don't know. But anyway, so to end this video, we're going to tell you how we did in July.
Yep.
So Joel is going to tell us how he did on the goals.
Yeah, I did for my exercise goal. I actually did 21 days. For my water intake, I got to 27 days. And then for calories, I got to 23.
Okay.
That's how I did.
Okay. And then for me, I had 24 days on exercise. I had, does that say 24?
Mm-hmm.
24 days on water and 23 days on calories. Like I said, normally drinking that amount of water is easy for me. The only times that I struggle is on Sundays because we're out and about more and I just don't pick up my water and drink as much. But other than Sundays, normally I'm right on it. Remember, we didn't start until the 5th, so we were basing that off of 27 days, not 31. But anyway, that is how we did. We made our goal. We will be rewarding ourselves somehow.
Yep.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Drop us a comment below and let us know if you've got any fitness goals you got going on this month. We want to hear about those. Let us know if you've already had some going, if you've hit those, or how you're doing on those. We want to know how you're doing.
And if you think that that sounds like a great challenge and you want to do something like that with us, you know, just keep up with it and let us know when we give our goal reviews every month. You know, how did you do on the challenge? Did you hit those 3 targets? And let us know. You don't have to tell us how many calories that you are allowed, but if you want to
drop us a comment and let us know you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to hear that.
Yep.
All right. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for updates when we upload new videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes on the weekends. You never know when we're going to drop one in there.
Yep.
And I think that's going to do it today for The Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.